All right, I'm Nick. Today we're gonna spend a few minutes, we're gonna talk about a super simple new product, okay? Jack has named it the Hatch Guard, the Old Town Hatch Guard, and we're talking about this hatch on your pedal drive. It's the same hatch that is in the middle of the 106 MK and on the side of the 120 and 136 Old Town Autopilot, okay? And it's this right here. It's the same material we make the kill guards out of, and it's gonna install right here. If you are like us and you live on the coast, you go offshore, or maybe you fish for catfish and you use a lot of cut bait, we spend a lot of time cutting bait on this surface, and then we end up ruining this. It gets all kind of scarred up, and then when you go to sell the kayak a few years later, people hold that against you because you abused the kayak, which it does make sense, okay? I don't disagree with them. So we were able to make this super simple and easy. It's gonna come in a kit that looks like this. In that kit, you have an alcohol pad, you have a 1 ounce of goop, and of course you have the hatch guard itself. We've already cleaned the area with alcohol, but once you get that, make sure this area is clean. We don't use the bungees on here anyways, maybe you do, so we took the bungee off. That bungee, we get sabiki hooks in, all kinds of stuff stuck in there, so that was the first thing we removed when we got the kayak, all right? I'm gonna show you how to install this real quick. If it is really, really filthy though, you might need a little bit more alcohol than alcohol wipe or something to clean that off. Just make sure there's no dirt, like hardcore dirt on there, and you'll be good to go. I forgot my glove, so nobody move. Movie magic, we'll be right back, and we're back. The glove has magically appeared. This is a 1 ounce, it comes with a 1 ounce tube of goop, but you're not gonna need that. Don't use that much, it just turns into a mess. If you haven't read the instructions on the back of the goop, it says install it, let it set up for 2 minutes. Well, apply it, let it set up for 2 minutes, and then install the part. So you open this up, you will shove that end in here like this to poke yourself a hole. And then we're just gonna put a little bit of amount. We're gonna go right around the edge. We're gonna start off going around the edge, and we're gonna spread it around with our finger, okay? Really, getting just the outside edge is the most important. You could put some here in the middle, but you just don't need that much, and you don't wanna push down and it ooze out all over the place, okay? So we're just gonna take this from this point, we're just gonna start working it around to the edges. You really don't need much. The product says install it, it'll take 24 hours to cure, but you don't even want a lot. It just makes it sloppy, it makes it harder to work with, and it's gonna sit perfectly flush. And I would just keep pulling that stuff, get it to the edge and then pull it back to the middle. You could do this with your finger. I just find a glove is a little bit easier. And we're just gonna play arts and craft time until we get it where we want it. Oops, I got a little bit on my thumb right there. I'm just gonna work it out to the edge nice and slow and spread that all around. You'll see how as it stops being so shiny, it's easier to spread. We're just going for a nice thin layer here, okay? We'll spin that around. Any places where there's any kind of like clumps or anything like that, I would smooth those out. You just don't need them. And I promise you, it does not take much. And by the time you get done doing this, the 2 minutes will be up for the install time. And you can make this as nice as you want to make it. I promise you, it's not going anywhere. And then even if it does come loose, after 6 months, you'll have enough goop left over to install it 10 more times. We're just gonna come up here, find the spot that we want to put it, push it in place, get it so it's straight, and then just push it down, okay? You see it doesn't take much goop at all. Any of the goop that does come out on the edge like this right here, as soon as it dries, you'll be able to push it off with your finger and then just work it into place. I had to use my pocket knife to get one of them off of this hatch so we could remake this video. It was actually really, really hard to get off, so you're not gonna have any issues with that. I couldn't get my fishing line. I tried to put fishing line underneath it, I couldn't do it. You guys can stand this up and let gravity hold it in place. You could put tape over it. It's really not that important, okay? Those are on the website. There's a link below. This is gonna be called an Old Town Hatch Guard with, you know, Jack's brilliant mind came up with that. We like to keep it simple, okay? So if you do cut a lot of live bait or cut bait or anything like that, that will protect that hatch for a long time, and that thing will never go bad. It's like a miniature cutting board, okay? So that's it, quick video. Thanks for watching. Look forward to reading your comments. Boom.